Welcome back, Truth Seeker. April 11th, 2019. Supposedly today, Israel was attempting to land their lunar craft on the moon and attempting to become the fourth nation to do so, joining the United States, Russia, and China. I have no doubt this was a hoax, and I'm going to show you why we're getting this news today and why it supposedly crashed. I do not think this is a good sign for Jewish people or the people of the world. The moon is the most important object in the sky to the Jews, so for their lunar mission to fail, there's some symbolism here. As we covered February 21st, 2019, that's the date the Beresheet lunar lander took off. And from February 21st to April 11th was 49 days, which is curious because in the past it's only taken, a matter of days for spacecraft to reach the moon after traveling from Earth. But in this case, it took 49 days. Notice the word crash in Gematria sums to 49. So 49 days later, we get the news of the crash, the failed mission. Of course, the entire thing's a hoax. That's the real reason it took this long. It's all part of a carefully planned and calculated ritual. And we'll further prove that. So Beresheet, what it means is in the beginning, just like Genesis. In the beginning sums to 137, the 33rd prime. Lunar equals 33. And today is 33 days from the 71-year anniversary of the establishment of Israel. And we're going to talk about what's so important about the 71-year anniversary at the end of this video. Supposedly this is the last image taken by Beresheet before it crashed. Funny, it looks just like the images from 1969. Small country, big dreams. Might have to take a peek at what's encoded in that. Anyhow, I noticed that moon landing sums to 118. And remember, the Jewish day of tragedy is Tisha B'Av, which falls on 11/8 this year, August 11th. So we're going to be talking about that. But check this out. From the day the CEO, Nimrod Shefer, Nimrod who built the Tower of Babel, from the day Nimrod Shefer became the CEO of Israel Aerospace Industries until today, the day of this crash, is 218 days later. That's comical because moon in Hebrew sums to 218. So how perfect. How perfect. Now, a few other things about April 11th is in Hebrew, moon also sums to 11. There's multiple ciphers in Hebrew, just like there's multiple ciphers in English. Moon 11, the master number, the word Jew is 11. The Jews identify through the moon. Again, the most sacred object in the sky to them. So they were going for the moon landing on the 11th, which failed. And Tisha B'Av is going to fall on the 11th of August. Don't forget it was Apollo 11, the supposed first moon landing successful mission. Apollo 11. The master number. They said that this lunar lander got into the moon's orbit on April 4th, 4-4. And that's curious because Cancer equals 44, so does space, so does Armstrong. Remember the astrological sign. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The first moon landing Apollo 11 mission was in the time of Cancer. So anyway, you had the fourth nation attempting to land on the moon in the fourth month, and it supposedly got into the moon's orbit on 4-4. Go figure. Must all just be a coincidence. But anyway, going back to the original decode from February 21st, we talked about how moon and lunar have gematria of 21. The moon mission began on February 21st. That was a date with 42 numerology. Beresheet equals 42, like outer space, like Freemason, like February, like Zionism. The launch came 74 days before the anniversary of SpaceX's 17 years of existing. SpaceX did the launch for this Beresheet mission. And with regards to 74 days, Jewish 74, Masonic 74, occult 74. When you write out 42, it equals 74. Again, big Masonic numbers that launch on a 42 date. Space and Mason also 17. And what was comical is from the Jewish New Year, which was September 10th, to the target date of April 11th was 213 days, and Jewish Gematria Nimrod equals 213. And again, the CEO is Nimrod Sheffer. So they couldn't have synced this up any more perfectly. From the day that he became CEO to the Jewish New Year, it's just all perfect. It's all perfect. And with regards to the Jewish New Year, it fell on September 10th, 2018, date with 57 numerology. Moon in Jews has Gematria 57. Again, they talk about how Beresheet means in the beginning. We also noticed that from Netanyahu, from his last birthday to the launch was 123 days. Remember how outer space and conspiracy overlap in the base ciphers? Perfect overlap in 3 out of 4. From today to August 11th is a span of 123 days as well, which is interesting. And here's what I want to talk about now. The 71-year anniversary of the establishment of Israel will be May 14th. Why does that matter? Because the Jews are waiting for the return of their Messiah, which will be connected to the establishment of the third temple. And right now, in the world, we have a coin, a shekel, on sale with Donald Trump and King Cyrus's face on one side and the third temple on the other. That coin's been on sale since last year to raise money for the construction of the third temple. We saw the story during the time of Hanukkah of the altar being built for the third temple where they sacrificed the goat because they're saying it's just so imminent, the construction of this temple. Notice the 71-year anniversary, Temple 71, Talmud 71, and that's what they follow in Israel. If you follow the Torah, you don't believe in Israel. Anyhow, May 14th, the establishment date, is the 134th day of the year. And Tisha B'Av equals 134, so does 9th of Av. That's the same thing. Tisha B'Av is the Jewish way to say it. 9th of Av is the English way. It's the day to remember the destruction of the 2 temples, which is connected to the prophecy of the third temple. Don't forget Netanyahu, who was guaranteed to win this rigged election that just happened. Netanyahu equals 134 in English, and Benjamin Netanyahu equals 134 in Hebrew. And from his birthday this year to August 11th is a distance of 71 days. And Trump is going to turn 71 years old this year. And from his birthday to August 11th, 2019 will be 58 days. August 11th, 2019 is a date with 58 numerology. Again, Solomon's temple equals 58. So does Herod's temple, 58. Third temple equals 58. Freemasonry, 58. Rosicrucian, 58. Secret Society, 58. Jerusalem, 58. Donald Trump, the crypto Jew president, the winner of the 58th U.S. presidential election, well, the rigged election, who announced he was running, again, from the 58-story Trump Tower. He hired the 58-year-old Steve Ray for Inauguration Day. Hillary Clinton put out the book called What Happened, which equals 58, about why she lost the rigged election. The riddles are all just a little bit too perfect. And Tisha B'Av does begin August 10th, so that's another day to watch for. But August 11th is the date that really has the numbers. It's the 223rd day of the year. The synagogue of Satan equals 223. The name from Revelation for the false ones. So I've done a lot of work on August 11th. There's a whole lot more to it. But this moon landing failing and the fact that moon landing equals 118 reminded me of August 11th. 4 months to the day for a number associated with death. I'm just keeping track. So I think this fits into the riddle we've been looking at. There's some nasty symbolism to this. So. And don't forget, with regards to May 14th, that date can be written 14/5 like 145. Catholic equals 145. This whole code of letters and numbers and dates, the story is that at the end of the Crusades, the Knights Templar went into Jerusalem and recovered this knowledge of Kabbalah and brought it back to the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church and the Jesuits have a lot to do with the existence of Israel as we know it, and the way history is being retold. So we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. If you are new here, be sure to check out my playlist on August 11th. There's so much more information, but there's a lot of things pointing to that date, and maybe even this failed moon landing. So, if you're not familiar with my blog, it's called Free to Find Truth. Just do a search for it. You'll find it. As long as you're on your computer, you can use it to search. There's over 25,000 posts here. Tons of information. Come here and search August 11th. You'll be reading for hours. Till next time.